Hi, everybody. Welcome back. So last week we didn't have a Scraplift Crafternoon. I am sure I had something on. I'm recording this before that, but sure I had something. But we are back with Scraplift Crafternoon, and this time we're scraplifting the wonderful Stephanie Wright. We actually had two different layouts to choose from. We could either pull from both, or we could just choose one. And I have chosen the one that you're seeing here, which is a lovely kind of a three picture layout with a an L design. And it is, I think, of a book series or a show that I don't watch, but I'm excited about that for her. And I am going to do three pictures. In fact, one of them is going to be this image I took of us doing early voting with the kids for November 4th. So in a way, that is kind of like her alternate layout, which I'll put up here, which has a 3x4 card with the books on it instead of a photo. And in fact, both of her pictures use kind of graphics instead of photos. So I thought having a graphic would be fun. But as far as the layout design, I am going to be scrap lifting the first one, and it will have this kind of L design with the three square photos, which I've got here. I am debating about cutting this out as an actual circle. I probably will end up doing that. I'm going to see which of my punches might actually work. I think this is a 3x3. It could be a 2x2. I have, this is the biggest punch I have. Let's just see. I might have to cut it a little bit thinner to get, yeah, I think that's the right size. So what I'll probably end up doing is trimming this out and using this punch to get that out. I'm going to be using this is some leftover stuff I had that I'm going to use. She had a film strip in hers. I have a bunch of different July 4th collections in here, like a bunch. And I just want to use all of them up. I just put them all together. So I will be pulling papers randomly out of this to use. I do have this star paper. That'll probably be the background because her paper has stars. This is a very old, I think this is Close to my heart paper. So I'll probably use that as my background and then we'll just go from there. So hopefully everybody enjoys this. I will put you on fast forward and then I will figure out what I'm going to be doing. Thanks, everyone. Okay, so the very first thing I'm going to do is pick out the paper that I want to use, and I'm really going through here just to see if I can find some paper I've already cut into. That is kind of, I think you guys have seen one of my first attempts is always to find paper I've already cut. That way I don't have to cut a full 12 by 12. Now, that's not always great because it means I'm hoarding a lot of 12 by 12. So use your paper up. And in fact, part of me wishes I had used some a different color, but it is what it is. And this is kind of the three papers that I used. So most of these collections are summer, July 4th collections, but they do have enough like USA and those kinds of things to work. You can see as I'm going through there's some Echo Park, there's some Photo Play, there's some Doodlebug, there's some Close to My Heart. So I just have a whole bunch of different collections. I think there's even one, oh, it used to be like the Boxer, or there was a company a long time ago that had really cool paper. It was a dog-based company. Oh, if you remember what that is, put it in the chat. Oh, what was it? Anyway, I might look that up. So I am first kind of cutting up the pieces and figuring out what I have. Now she has a really cool L design, and I've first for some reason thought these were 3x3 pictures, which I think they are, but they're actually 3.5 by 3.5. I think I was trying to figure out what size these are because I cut that to 3 inches or 3.5 inches and it just didn't work. So now I'm going to have to cut another piece and try to figure out, or I cut the red to 3.5 and that didn't work. So I am going to cut the red and make it work on the page, but I'm going to use this blue to do all of my, and see, it's just too wide. So that's when I realize these are, they must be 3x3. They just must be. And I don't, hers must be 4x4 or, 3.75 by 3.75. So, anyway, I am putting these on here and mine's not going to go across the whole page, which means I'm going to have a different piece go across the whole page, but I'm still going to maintain the L design. So I'm going to first glue these down. I love having that circle in the middle. It becomes my title. It also just becomes kind of a um, fun foil to all of the other lines I have on the page. I like that the circle, it's obviously not right in the middle, but it worked out. I just think that's a lot of fun. I do love this blue star paper. In my head, I'm thinking, oh, there's so many things I could have saved that for. And that is all of our problems, right? Is that I'm sitting here going, oh, I wish I'd saved that star paper. And really, you don't need to save that star paper. So I've got another piece. If you notice, she has the yellow, and then she has the dark blue, and then she has the teal color. So she has three different colors. So I am trying to find those three different colors. And then she has another piece of the yellow, kind of with the notebook style punch on the top. So I'm really just trying to mimic this, but instead of using the yellow twice, I'm going to use this kind of bright blue paper that was, I think this was a photo play. Yeah, it was a photo play collection. I'm using my old Stampin' Up! Notebook paper punch that I got out just recently and forgot how much I love it. I do realize, and I will cut it, that the blue paper is just too long, but I just used what I had. And now I'm using this really fun kind of fireworks paper that has all the right colors in it. And this is going to be the base of the layout. So I'm going to cut this, and basically I have matched her layout design pretty much, verbatim. I have a really cool L design. I've got lots of different papers. Now her L is a little bit lower than my L, but I think it works. So when you see a page like this, sometimes I treat them like sketches more than scrap lifts. So I'm taking this as, hey, this is a sketch that I want to follow. I want to follow her placement, and I want to follow putting those things in the right, those sections. That way I can have, kind of a similar layout as she does. So this is kind of what I thought I was going to do. I have the two photo film strips. I have all of the papers. And then I'm going to start building it from the top down just so I don't lose things. I'm going to put the film strips and other stuff to the side, but I just didn't want to lose like everything that I had laid out. And I put that page down and it feels like it's a little bit cattywampus. Ends up, it's not when you actually look at it. But on the day that I was making this, I was like, oh, I feel like something is off. But ends up, when I look at the page now, I really, really like how it is. Only thing is I wish I had put the red paper that farther down. I wish I moved everything that was horizontal down a little bit so that I had more of an L and less of just a vertical stripe on the page. But that's my only kind of thing that I feel like could have been better. Otherwise, completely love how this turns out. I also put the blue on the red instead of the blue on the white, but that was mainly so that I could put this Remember This sticker right there. And then I had 3 buttons left over from the Summer Porch Collection, 49 Market, that I just pulled. That Remember This was also from the 49th Market. So basically, I am using up just some red and white pieces I had in my stash, or red and blue pieces I had in my stash from 49 Market just on this page. Same thing, I had these 3 random red enamel dots. Just put those on the page underneath Remember This. And now I'm looking for things on all of these different sticker sheets. So I have them all together, just all in one place. I don't keep them as collections anymore. And I'm just trying to figure out what I want to do. And I've got this really cute banner that I want to put on there. And I'm just going to lay them out and then make it work. And I'm like, I know I need something there. So I have this heart, and this is the close to my heart sheet, and they have a heart and a couple of stars. And then I decide, you know what? I'm going to pop up one of these stars just to give it a little bit of dimension. And that makes that kind of stand out. I don't necessarily mix heart and stars that often, but I did love that pop of red. So I do pull a couple more stickers, but unfortunately, like I had too many blue ones that I liked. So I ended up taking that one and putting it back on the sticker sheet. Then I pull a light blue, and now I'm going back and just pulling, like I said, just pulling stickers. That's all I'm doing. I do want something in the upper section where she has her title, and I'm not sure what it is, and I can't figure it out. But I find this little sticker in one of the sheets, and it's about the land that I love, and I liked that, and just kind of looking over and over again, and I just can't find something that I like. So finally, I go back to my old kind of. I'm gonna go ahead and put this United States map kind of icon in the right colors and add a word phrase sticker to it. And I think I end up putting 2 word phrase stickers on there. Yeah. Oh, 3. I go ahead and do 3. Wow, 3. There you go. And that, my friends, is basically my final layout. I go to my enamel dot collection and see if I think I was looking for stars. I found those red gems, and then finally I found an old Cocoa Vanilla star sheet, and I just wanted to add a few more stars. So I sprinkle just a few Cocoa Vanilla stars around just to finalize this page, and that's going to be the end of my layout. I really appreciate you guys hanging with me. I will see you next week for another Scraplift Crafternoon. Here's a close-up. Thanks, everyone.